said before, I'm the easy target, clearly. I'm the new girl in the circle. I think that storyline took that win because of how I started when I came into the season saying that I had receipts, and I've never doubted and told people that I did not have a conversation with Cynthia. Yes, her and I talked. Yes, she talked trash. So I ran back and gave that information. So that information that was given was taken, twisted, and turned into that. And I don't want to get too deep in that because the truth of that entire situation, David, I plan on coming forward with very, very soon because it's time to give clarity to that entire situation. I'm tired of getting the short end of the stick with this. And so America has really only gotten a chance to hear one side. And it's not fair. So
far in this video, we're going to be covering whether or not Bravo is setting up Nene leaks. She did confirm that she did walk out of the reunion. We're going to go over the back and forth between YOVANNA and Nene on social media. And then at the very end, we have an exclusive update on why YOVANNA actually wanted to take part in the reunion. It's going to be very, very interesting. So stick around until the end of this video.
Well, he's a cutie pie. I might put him in Potomac. Okay, yes. Yeah, he can come right on to Potomac.
What's up, y'all? It's your boy Rich Scott back with another video. I want to thank you guys so much for tuning into this channel. Hit that subscribe button if you haven't done so. Go ahead and grab yourself a drink. We're not drinking no tea today. It's Sunday, so it's Sunday fun day. So y'all know what we got up in this good glass right here. But I want to go ahead and get into what we got to talk about because as you guys know, the Real Housewives of Atlanta filmed a virtual reunion on Thursday, okay? This past Thursday. And as usual, the rumors came out about exactly what happened, all right? Now, that same evening and that next day, I was getting text messages and DMs telling me all the tea that was going on, but I, of course, did not say anything because I was like, okay, well, let me go ahead and run with the stories that I was gonna run with that's already been published, because y'all know that's what I like to do on this channel. We talk about the stuff that's already out there, right? But once I saw that B. Scott had published, some similar tea that I had also gotten, I was like, okay, well, let's talk about it right now then. Let's talk about it. Because honestly, he had a lot more of the tea than I actually had. So I was like, all right, cool. But a lot of this stuff lines up. So bam, shout out to him for that. So apparently, let me just go ahead and dive back into a couple of points that really made a lot of this stuff pop off. And then I'm gonna get to these text messages that Nene leaked of YOVANNA's, and then YOVANNA's public responses, and then I'm gonna tell you guys her response to me behind the scenes. Because I had to ask the questions, okay? So let's get into that. So apparently, B. Scott said that YOVANNA made an appearance at the reunion and that she accused Nene of talking her into pretending as if she had receipts of Cynthia Bailey dragging Nene during a private conversation. Now, YOVANNA reportedly agreed to this plan because Nene said that doing so would secure YOVANNA a peach. And then, Nene supposedly sent YOVANNA a cease and desist letter to prevent her from coming clean, okay? This will be a good reason to hire a good lawyer, okay, if that's the case. Anyway, Nene has now released what she says are text messages from YOVANNA saying something completely different in the text messages. It is said that the video of Cynthia talking recklessly about Nene does exist. However, YOVANNA's husband told her not to release it because it would be a bad look for their brands, okay? So then Nene's son, Brent, went on his good YouTube channel. Y'all make sure y'all subscribe and follow him. And he posted this message apparently from YOVANNA to Nene. It says, "Hey girl, Rick don't want me playing the video. He's worried about the ramifications of something like this later, once aired, having a lasting impact, not only to our businesses, our clients' trust, my livelihood, and overall making me look sketch." He said, "Being on camera saying she said XYZ is different than playing audio that I accidentally, illegally obtained without her permission, and that is where I can get into serious legal trouble." He said Cynthia can pursue legal action against me and I am not protected by Bravo in any way. He already annoyed me. He told me not to do it, but I did it anyways. I don't have a problem saying on camera what she said or calling her out to her face in front of you. It's just not safe to play that video. He said that would be a game changer because of the things Cynthia is saying on it and how it will portray her. She owes me absolutely no loyalty and has every reason and right to go after me. Sigh, so what's the alternative game plan? I'm here to have your back and support you 100%, boo. Then, after that was posted, YOVANNA went onto her page and posted this. Judge Bravo Andy had all the receipts at the reunion. You were a no-show, case dismissed. And then she wrote in the caption, it took you 2 days to piece together them bogus text messages. Give it up, sis. It's a wrap. At space, Nene leaks. Hashtag, you had the floor, HBIC. Hashtag, I got receipts too. Hashtag, but we won't go there just yet, okay? And then there's more. Nene posted this on her Instagram. She says, okay, meeting with Cynthia tomorrow night. Kandi may or may not come. I don't know if I ever told you, I know Matt B, Kenya's ex. He's family. I'm working on getting some dirt on that B, Kenya, because I already know she's going to try it, okay? So Nene posted under that caption, she said this, dropping nuggets every day. Stay tuned. Good night. Then she posted one more. She says, okay, I'm thinking I shouldn't spill all the beans tomorrow. Like, let the tea out when her and I linked up. She was talking mad S. Like, expose the fact that she was talking super nasty and going in on your bestie of 10 years to a newcomer she so-called don't know. And then when you ask me what she said in so many words, I'll be like, B, you don't even want to know. Like, it will hurt you and kind of give you like a teaser into some things, but not expose all of it. Like, just letting you know I have receipts and facts of her lies. And then I guess at that point, the producers will be more intrigued to figure out what that is so we can expose the audio tape in a later scene. What you think? So Nene says, oh, you need date and time? No problem. What I think or what I know the thirst is real. Oh, my video going up on YouTube shortly. Me, Yo-Yo, my producer and executive, her hubby, and my hubby all met at the Intercontinental Hotel in Buckhead to discuss this audio she had. What I'm telling you for, I have the receipts because I felt this day would come. Dropping tomorrow, for real. Good night now, okay? Now, YOVANNA then posted this. Keep posting your receipts. I'll hang on to mine a little longer. Trust and believe, you know I have the ones that will shut all this ish down. You working overtime because you don't want the truth to come out. Someone sweating under pressure. Hashtag quarantine circus, you're the ringmaster. Hashtag Dr. Nene. And then that caption in that post, she said, I didn't know Kenya more in 2019. More to the story. 2, why are your receipts only one-sided? Now, let's go ahead and stage dive into what Nene had to say in response in her video on YouTube, because she did an interesting video on YouTube where she kind of exposed some things that went on behind the scenes of the reunion. The first thing that she exposed was the fact that she was told that 2 other people were wearing white, so she would not, that it was advised that she should not wear white. So she came back with 2 other options and she settled on the black, right? But then when she got onto the screen, apparently everybody else had on white altogether. So she called Marlo, she called Tanya, and they were both wearing white as well. Then she called, I guess, her friend Alvin, who told her to change clothes out of the black and into the white. But she said that they were starting to film. And so then she called Greg and he said this, or she texted him from downstairs, I guess, and he said, you need to change your clothes as well. So I don't know if she's trying to indicate that Bravo was setting her up in some way, shape, or form, because the only people that could have told her would have been the producers. But in my mind, I'm thinking to myself, why didn't you just call the producers, or why didn't you just text the producers and say, listen, confront them about it. Don't call Greg or Alvin or whomever else. What I would have done was I would have been like, production team, because typically you have their numbers. You know what I'm saying? You typically have your producers' numbers and you may even have some executives' numbers. So to me, I would be like, if I see everybody else on the screen in their white and I'm into my black, I'm either gonna stay in my black and look and kill it, okay? And say, okay, y'all, this is what y'all wanted to do, let's do it, let's go. Or I'm going to, at a certain point in time, just simply text somebody in production, or Andy or one of the executives whom I know she has a number to, and simply say, why would y'all tell me not to wear white when everybody else is wearing white? And why not just go ahead and nip that whole situation in the bud? That's what I would have done. That's just me, okay? But I don't know if they were trying to intentionally set her up to make her look, to single her out. I don't know why they would do that, but I felt like that was the implication that I was getting from the video. It was very interesting. I mean, it is a must watch, and I will put it down below because for anybody who's interested in reality TV, I think it's an interesting thing to watch, to sort of understand the sort of things that can go on behind the scenes that will lead to a certain outcome, okay? But that's just basically what she said, and I'm sort of giving you guys my response to maybe like, okay, why would you do that? Why would you not take this route instead of this route? But that's just me, okay? So she was feeling some type of way already about going into the situation. She says for the first 2 hours, they were asking nonstop questions about her. When she wanted to, she would just get up and go to the bathroom if she needed to. And then they were asking her questions about her relationship with Wendy Williams and why Wendy Williams called her that person over there. Now, okay, let me say this. I do think that at a certain point in time, that Wendy Williams was going to come up on the show. Why? Or on the reunion. Why? Because she was featured on the show at several points in time, and that story was so big. Granted, it did not happen, the beef between her and Wendy did not technically happen during filming of the show. It did happen while the show was on the air. So I feel like because she talked to her, twice, and it was made such a big deal, that it is a viable question. That's just me. But I also respect what Nene had said, in that she said that the conversations that I had with Wendy, I had them off camera and off the media. I did not have those conversations in public because I felt like, I agree, when you have an issue with a friend, you don't put it out there for public consumption. You know what I'm saying? You don't put it out there. You simply call up the person and you say, this is what's up, right? She also says that she called YOVANNA after YOVANNA did the Sister Circle interview where YOVANNA said that the tape, there was no audio or it was made up or the story was spun out of control or something like that. She says that versus confronting that situation via social media, she called YOVANNA and asked her why she did that. Now, at some point in time during the whole, I guess after that, YOVANNA was sent a cease and desist at some point. She said she got a word that YOVANNA was coming to the reunion. I don't know when the cease and desist letters came through, but Nene did challenge her in her video to contact, if she wanted to take it to court, they could go to court over this whole situation. So what else I felt like Nene said something else about that whole situation. Oh yes. So she said that she was just over all the drama with the ladies asking her all of the questions. She also said that Eva was boring. But that's nothing new because they've been beefing for these past couple of weeks. But she also said she does confirm that she did leave the reunion, right? So my thing is this. She said she left the reunion because she heard that YOVANNA was coming on, I guess, to give YOVANNA's side of the story. And she feels like it wasn't fair for them to have YOVANNA on and not have the cookie lady on, or not to have Paul, who was Tanya's husband, on confront the cookie lady, or to have Mark Daly on the show to confront, to talk about his issues with Kenya, or to have Todd on there to talk about his issues with Kandi that they had during the season as well. And I'm gonna tell you the truth, I feel like there is some truth to that there is something, it seems like there is something going on between Nene and Bravo, and I can't quite figure out what it is, if they're just literally tired of her, or if they're just like giving it to her and serving it to her on a silver platter in some way, shape, or form. I don't really know. You guys let me know what you think down in the comment section below. So I just want to add in a little editor's note right here as I'm editing this video, because I had to think about it for a second. I was like, wait a minute. How you gonna get up from a reunion that you paid to be there for because somebody that you got beef with is coming on to allegedly expose what's going on? Because what happens then is you leave that opportunity for that person to tell their truth, but you don't actually get to retaliate with yours. So for me, if I was in that situation, ain't no way I would get up from my seat. I would be sitting there waiting with bated breath to see what she got to say. And the other thing about that whole situation is if you get out of your chair and you leave the reunion because somebody who is not even a cast member on the show is coming on to basically out you, it makes you look extra guilty. You know what I'm saying? So to me, I think that was the wrong move. I think she should have kept her butt seated right there, especially because you are being paid to do so. And for me also, I reflect on how Nene said she was coming to the reunion with guns blazing. So for me, it's like you should have been ready, because if you save these receipts to be ready for her in case she did turn on you, you should have had them sitting on ready that day. That's just my thought. But you know, let me know what you guys think about that down in the comment section below. But I'm just letting you know that I wouldn't have got up out of my seat and left. Ain't no way if somebody coming on to, you know, basically reveal some stuff about me, I'm gonna be right there to defend myself. You know what I'm saying? To me, it just didn't make sense. But that's all I had to say about that. I had to jump in here real quick to give you guys my opinion about that, because I had walked away from this video and I was thinking to myself, wait a minute, hold on for a second. I need to give some commentary on this, because that to me did not make sense. And now I want to get to you guys what YOVANNA had to say about all this, because I did have to ask her via a DM. I said, hey, I thought there was no audio, because when we talked, there was no audio, okay? When we talked and we had our interview on this channel, there was no audio, right? So I wanted to find out the tea about what was really going on. And so, because I said I like to verify things before I talk about them. And so her response to me was, there is no audio. If there was, you would have heard it by now. She is trying to make, you know, to basically spin the narrative. So I was like, okay. So B. Scott did do an interview with YOVANNA after all of this whole text message drama leaked on the internet and blew up last night, okay? And I'm gonna place this link down in the description below, but one thing that I do wanna point out in this is that he asked, what do you say to those who say you played yourself, tried to play Nene, and now you're doing whatever it takes to save face? She says this in response: I showed up at the reunion to take accountability for my part in Snakegate and the whole situation. She wasn't woman enough to take accountability for her part. I said it and I'll say it again. The homeowner was not at home at the house they built, period. The friend of the show ran you off out of your own house. Has that ever happened? So you guys will have to read the rest of the interview to kind of get everything else that she had to say with regards to Snakegate. But all I can say is that this is going to be very interesting when it plays out. And now let's get back to the video. Now, at the end of the day, what I'm going to say is this. Those text messages, YOVANNA, they make you look really, really bad in this situation. They make you look real bad, okay? And I don't know how you come back from this at all at this point. I don't necessarily, I don't know, but I'm willing to see what happens as this all plays out, because I do feel like we need to just watch it happen and see how Bravo chooses to deliver this information to us. But I'm going to tell you right now, I want to see both sides of the text messages, because I feel like that does give me the complete picture with this whole situation. And I feel like the other thing that I don't like is, I don't like when people release text messages, to be quite honest with you, because I feel like, you know, this whole situation with Snakegate has gone down low and in the gutter. And the whole idea of an illegal audio is just a little bit more than is necessary, because if you have a conversation with a cast member and that conversation is being filmed, that means it's already being recorded. Why do you need to have an audio with recording if that's, I mean, like, why even have that? And then the second thing is, now we got to release text messages. That means to me, nobody is safe. One person might be recording you. The other person is going to release your text messages. You got to be careful what you do all around these days. That is just my message to y'all in general, especially y'all reality show stars. But anyway, that's all I got to say about this whole situation right now. I know it was a lot to unpack, and if you stuck through to the end, I want to say thank you so much. Of course, we're going to continue to follow this story. I will have more after. I didn't even want to do this video right now. Honestly, I didn't. I'm just gonna go ahead and tell you the truth. I wanted to save this for after today's episode or tonight's episode, but I was like, people kept tagging me and I felt like I had a responsibility to say something and to give my thoughts about this situation. And so we're gonna continue this conversation tomorrow after the episode airs. Hopefully some more information happens. Maybe we'll get to see some more text messages. I'll be looking forward to it. Make sure you guys hit that subscribe button, hit that notification bell button, and I will see you in the next video.